Looking for the hottest podcast on the internet? Well, look no further. We've got what you need.
The hottest podcast out.
Not just out here for the streets, but for everybody. They're here for you.
They're so entertaining and they talk about real life issues. They're super entertaining, they're energetic, and I really enjoy listening to them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here we go. Woo! We are back again, once again, everybody, for the Jet and Mike podcast. This is episode 3, and man, Jet. So far, man, pretty good season.
That's all I can. Like that's when you're speechless, but like you know you got so much more heat coming for him.
And man,
Like that's when you. That's all you can do right there. That's that. Like that. Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
it's crazy, y'all.
we've got a great show coming up for him today, don't we?
I like it, man. I like it a lot. I like what we got going on.
This is actually our first musician.
That's true. For first musician to step on the scene, come to the desk, per se.
He's the guinea pig, but hopefully other musicians will see this and see that it's okay to come up here, man. We don't want to do anything but promote you and make you feel good.
Man. Like I said, and you help us musicians or any guest, honestly, just by coming on the show, man. Like I said, you make our show worthwhile, worth meaning, and add more listeners.
For sure. So not only is this first guest a musician, he is a hip hop artist. So that's to dissect it a little bit more.
Right.
He's a hip hop artist. He has got a mixtape out right now that he is pushing. Shy Kid Bigger Dreams.
Right.
SKBD. You might have seen that hashtag a few places on Facebook, Twitter.
Twitter. Why you say it like that?
With hit singles like Came Up, Change Up, Can We Live, one of my personal favorites.
Right.
This is one of those I'd like to put in the realm of very conscious rapper.
Okay.
He speaks on issues, and he's educated, and he knows what he's talking about, and you can see that he stands for something bigger than himself. A personal friend of mine.
There you go.
And a damn good artist.
Hey.
Everybody, welcome to the Jet and Mike podcast. Phileo in the building.
Best introductions I've ever had.
Hey man, I've been working on my intro game. Was that nice? Was that nice?
Yeah,
was that nice?
Yeah, that was great,
All
bro.
right.
Have you over here blushing? And
Okay,
stuff.
all right, man. I made a few people told me they sweat. Out that
Yeah,
intro.
man.
Yeah, man. Jet with the interviews and the whole, like, the way he brings you out. He really brings you out.
Hey,
brings
man,
you
I'm
out,
trying.
Yeah. So,
But hey, man, what's going on?
Man, just trying to focus up, bro.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? Because 2017 now.
2017, brother.
It's 2017
What we
now.
say? No more talking, man.
No more. I got a daughter, bro.
Yeah,
you
yes,
know what
sir.
I'm saying? Like, it's real now.
It's
Like,
It's
it's just time to
real.
get it.
Now, Phileo, how long? Now you got in the game. You were rapping since you were in high school, correct?
Bro, I've been rapping since middle school.
Middle school.
School,
You were one of
bro.
those cats walking around with the notepad,
With the notepad.
passing it back and forth to your partners
Yes.
in the hallway.
Crazy. I remember one time I was in class. I cannot think of the teacher's name. He was the assistant coach for Grant Middle School, bro. What was his name? Mr. Barnes.
Mr. Barnes. Oh, shout
Bro, I
out
had
Brian
this-
Barnes.
I had
Great
this
guy.
I had this notebook. I used to write a bunch of raps in.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was no bar structure, no hook structure, just
Yeah.
writing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And he came over one time, and I had probably like 20 to 30 pages full of raps.
Yes, sir.
And he literally came over and took it away from me.
Oh,
and I've
man.
never seen it. That was in 7th grade.
Wow.
I have
Mr.
never
Barnes.
seen it since.
Mr. Barnes was my homie too,
That
man.
was my homie.
The Mr. Barnes is my homie.
Not
That
after that.
saddens me.
Not after
That's-
that.
Not after that.
He
Nuh-uh.
took the book, man. So you've been doing it since middle school. So take us along the transition. I mean, at what age did you really know like it was time to make that big push, the big, you know what I mean, in music?
I would say, I mean, 'cause the first time I recorded a song was like in like freshman year, sophomore year. But I didn't really take it serious until about after college, when I dropped out of college my
Right.
freshman year. That's when shout out to Els,
Yep.
shout out to Clayton, and shout out to
P-Dub.
Dynamite from Chicago. they hit me up and they was talking about they were working on this compilation tape, Red Cup Classics and stuff.
Oh man,
Red Cup Classics.
That
you
is
know
a-
what I'm saying?
that is a classic.
Full of burners too.
That
you
is
know?
a classic.
And so I came home from college. I went to Marshalltown, was playing baseball, but I came home from it. I was tired of that. We went over to Greg Knox's crib, and we started just recording a mixtape. And ever since then, I think that was like 2012. Ever since then, though, that's when I was like, okay, it's time to take this thing serious,
Right.
you know, and try to make a living off this bad boy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because it's something that I love, too. It's not just something that I just want to make money off of. You know, this is therapeutic for me also.
Right.
You know, getting my thoughts out. You know,
Oh, that definitely, most definitely. I think that the fact that you're a conscious rapper and the fact that you talk about the issues too really shows to the character of who you are
yeah.
and what matters to you. You know, it's not all about bang bang, getting shot, getting
No.
killed. You know, but you know, but it's really about world views and world issues and things like that that's going on.
Yeah, and you know, so you just had a daughter.
Yeah.
And so you had to take a break off for a little bit. So
Oh, yeah.
he had to take a little hiatus from the. But how's dad life now, man? How's being a dad?
Well, being a dad, number one, is,
Yeah.
it's the greatest feeling, but also like the scariest feeling ever. You know what I'm saying? And like, cause at first though, when I was told I was going to be a dad, I just kept pushing it back. I was like, okay, you know, like she's going to come, whatever. But I'm thinking like it might be like another 5 years.
Yeah.
Bro, it seemed like it happened the next day. My
Yeah.
daughter just popping out.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so crazy because like we went from sitting into the hospital room and we was just waiting because my daughter was born 2 months premature.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
And so we was just chilling. You know, we was watching, what were we watching? I think we was watching Shark Tales, right? And then next thing I know, the doctor comes in and they're like, oh, we about to have this baby in an hour. I'm like, in an hour?
Wow.
Bro, so I had an hour to,
You had an hour to
get it.
prepare.
Bro, that hour went by like in 5 minutes.
Oh
bro.
man,
Crazy. I
can
couldn't
imagine.
sit down. I was pacing the whole time. But right when she came out,
Change your life
bro,
forever.
I
huh?
just started crying. I cried along with her. It's the best feeling, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to describe of hearing something that you created, you know, just hearing their voice, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's amazing. So really what fatherhood has done for me is put more things in perspective, and it showed me I need to stop lollygagging
Yeah.
around. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I've been
For
doing
sure.
a lot of just slow pacing, you know, being lazy. Having her is like, okay, not only do I take care of myself, I got to take care of my daughter.
Yeah,
you know, I got
for
to take
sure.
care of my shorty.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? I can't have her out here looking bummy and,
Right.
you know, being
Right, right.
starving,
Yeah,
you know,
straight
need
up.
diapers and formula.
Right, straight up, straight
Yeah.
up, straight up, man.
That's what I've always heard, that you know, especially young for young men, when they have kids, that it humbles you,
Yeah.
it mellows you.
Yeah.
You know, you're definitely not as crazy as you used to be.
No.
And like and it really puts things into perspective as far as your life goals and what you need to do, because you
yeah.
realize it's not just about you anymore.
Right, exactly. That's exactly how it was. So that's why last year I had to slow things down and had to assess everything of what I was doing.
Yeah,
I had to make sure now I'm not just doing stuff just to do it. There has to be a purpose behind of what I'm doing, you know, because
Right.
now it's not just about me. You know, I'm not just feeding me. I got to take care of her, and I got to take care of the moms too, you know,
Yes,
'cause she's
sir.
taking care of my daughter with me.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I got to take care of 2 people. So now it's definitely, I have to just focus up a lot more. And so 2017 is the year to focus up for real.
For sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
For sure. So tell us a little bit more about this about the mixtape Shy Kid Bigger Dreams. Is there something specific that influenced it? What was your thought process the whole time creating the music? That
Shy Kid, let me see, that came out 2015. That was probably like a 4-year process, literally. And I mean, it went through a lot of different names at first. And there's a lot of songs that got scrapped from it. It was like, that's basically Shy Kid is just an introduction of who I am and what kind of music that I do, basically. It wasn't really like a bigger picture, like this big old story to wrap it all in.
Right.
It was just letting people know that I rap, basically. That's
Right.
and that's all it was. And I mean, there was stuff that, of course, that happened during that 4-year time, in which inspired all of those songs that's on that project. So all of those songs come from a special place, though. And so like and just to show you how old it is, like Rain, I wrote that in about 2010, 2011 when I was in high school.
Wow.
And just held
Sat
on to
on
it. Yeah, and just sat on it.
Wow. So what would you say if you had to pick one on here? What would be your favorite song on Shy Kid?
Trying to maybe pick a favorite song.
That's like asking what your favorite MJ song is,
Right.
Or like your favorite Tupac song. You say one, you're like, no, but that one is a banger too. No, that one's my favorite. But what about this one?
I would say though, there's two songs, but it's like it's a different day. Like by the day, it might change.
Right.
But two that stays consistent is "State of Mind" featuring Dynamite and "Beautiful
that's
Day."
a good song. Yeah,
"Beautiful
both
Day"
of them
was
are
just
awesome.
like that's one of the best songs I think I've come up with. Writing and also performing upon that, having like the choir sound on there. Shout out to Jay, Shay, Janelle, Dre. You know what I'm saying? They all helped me with the background vocals on there.
Okay.
And so "Beautiful Day," reason why I really like that song though is because when I'm feeling down, I can literally play that song and I feel better.
Sure.
So
That's definitely
understand
one of those bangers then that you need, that people need, just when you're having a bad day and you're feeling upset or you're feeling down, that's one of those songs where it's like, man, it brightens your whole spirits, lifts you up.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That song right there, man. Every time I'm feeling down, play that song and I just start bobbing,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Hit that Stevie Wonder bob on him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us what the studio process is like for you. Like, what is there a certain like vibe you always got to be set in, or is it just kind of like it happens sporadically? Like
It
what
just
you-
happens.
Yeah.
It's because like sometimes like I'll go in and there's it might not be a bunch of people, but there's some people in there, you know what I'm saying? And we're just talking, maybe just talking. Like me and Jay, some of them songs that came together, we would just talk about life and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And Jay is actually a part of every single track. Jay Will's part of every single track that's on there. Either he was doing some background vocals,
Big
he
shout
was
out to
featured
Jay
on
Will.
Relax. And he basically mixed and mastered, every other song, and so.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's a big part of one of the bonus tracks. If I'm not, you showed him some love.
Oh
on
yeah,
one of the
Skid
bonus
Row,
tracks.
Skid Row,
Skid Row.
That's
is-
a burner, bro.
That is nice. I
That's
still
a
got.
burner.
If you want to know how much I really enjoy that song, I've got that song. At one point, there was only one place that I could find it because SoundCloud, for some reason, it wouldn't let me play it on there. His reverb.
Reverb
page.
Nation.
If we go into my phone, I'm about to show Phil right now.
Oh,
Everybody, we're gonna
gosh.
go into my phone right now, and then if we go pull up the internet, and we go to a blank page.
I've
got it.
Jay
I've got
Will's Reverb
I've got it
Nation. He is
bookmarked.
not kidding, y'all.
I've got it bookmarked.
He
right
is not
there.
kidding.
Wow.
Just for that song, because that is such a real song. So huge shout out to Jay Wills. Phil showed him a lot of love putting that
That's
Skid
my
Row
brother,
on
man.
that,
That's my
on
bryour
that bonus track. So check that out for sure. So
Who's your
studio
surefire? You're going to get a hit with this guy.
Right.
P-Dub the producer.
Yeah.
P-Dub the producer.
Oh, for sure.
P-Dub the producer for
Plug
sure.
that in.
And it's so crazy. This dude got so much clout, right?
Yeah.
There was this dude, what I can't remember his name, but I did a show or whatever, and we was just talking, we just chopping it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know, I don't know if he was trying to figure out where he can get beats from.
Yeah.
I was like, man, my boy, Clayton. He was like, who's Clayton? I was like, P-Dub the producer. He was like, wait, P-Dub the producer? He was like, off YouTube? I was like, you know my boy P-Dub the
Man.
producer? He was like, who don't know about P-Dub the producer?
Who don't know about P-Dub, man?
But
That dude's
every
nice.
time, like, if you need like a hit, bro,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. Like Els was telling me stories about how when he was in town, he was literally making the beat literally right in front of Els. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's how into it he is. He's just a mad genius. Whenever I need somebody, he's the MJ. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He's just
You
the
go to
MJ.
him in the fourth quarter.
All the
I've
time,
had
bro.
the privilege to actually see that happen. I lived in an apartment. Actually, me and Els were roommates at one point, that both of you know, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was there one time where he did that. He came over, and that was the first time, first of all, I've ever seen a beat made from scratch. And
what beat was it? Was it?
it was oh man, this is when we were over in
remember.
Chatham Hills.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Shout out to drugs. Was it that?
Was it Shout Out to Drugs? It might have been. It was
think
either
it
it was
might
like
be.
either Shout Out to Drugs or it was what's that other one? The All I Know Is Real and I'm a when Los was on. Oh
I
man.
don't even know. Oh, bro, I don't even know.
No, I don't know, but it's either shout
bro.
out to drugs or it's that other one. I can't. Excuse my squad.
Excuse
or it might
my-
have been excuse
I
my
think
squad.
it's Excuse My Squad.
It
Yeah, I
might have
think
been
so.
excuse my
And
squad.
he comes up
one.
with it so smooth too.
And you see him just sitting there and he's playing around with it and you're like, okay. And then you just see him playing around with a few different things and then he runs it back and then he's playing some more and then you know what I'm saying? Then you hear this shit just go back all the time, from the top, and you're just like, then at the end of it, you just hear it all
Come together.
and it's just beautiful. And I mean that,
Bro,
that
it
is-
makes you think that you can do it, but
Yeah,
then when
yeah.
you try to, you
Oh,
like, bro,
man.
skip this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Like,
Let me
I'm
call P
tired.
Dub. Let me call P Dub in. But so P Dub, you would have to say is your.
Yeah.
I've seen his work.
And then
I've heard his
there's
work. He's
another
nice.
dude on there though, Mikey Forrester. I'm not sure if I'm even saying his name right, but he produced Another Place, Another Time. He's
Okay.
another dude I can go to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he's from he's in Chicago, and so he be producing. He was I think one of his groups actually. I can't remember what their name is, but I think it was featured on Fake Short Drive at a point. So he's making little moves in Chicago.
Okay.
Too, so.
There you go.
So you've performed pretty much all over the Midwest, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Can you give us one of your craziest experiences that you've ever had a show? It can either be like the funnest time, the most weird thing that ever happened, or just downright wild.
The Kid Ink show was it 2013
In Bloomington or St. Louis?
in Bloomington.
Okay.
In
I was
Bloomington.
there.
I don't remember St. Louis, bro. I really don't remember St. Louis. I don't
Were
know what
you
happened.
there? Were you there? You were there.
I was there, bro. I
You
just
were
don't
there.
remember it. I remember walking into the venue, but I don't remember performing, bro. I do not remember that night at all. I remember driving up there and parking out in front, and we was like waiting for like a long time because we was there like early.
Yeah.
But that's all. And I remember walking in.
Yeah, I
there.
do remember. We were all sitting out in the parking lot. That line was wrapped around the building. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. But the craziest, and I feel like my favorite performance is definitely the Kid Ink in 2013 at Bloomington.
And Castle Theater.
It was just so packed. The energy was
The energy
crazy.
was nuts.
It was so crazy to the point where me and Jake, after we got done performing, you know, and me and Jake was just chilling, and then we was like walking, we was watching, you know, the performance from afar, you know what I'm saying? And the crowd was just, it was packed. And they was looking back. They was like, "Oh, y'all was on stage." It's like, go up there, treating us like stars and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Yep.
Girls who want to take pictures with us.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
It
Like
was-
that
yeah.
night was live.
Yeah.
That night actually, it kind of made me realize that we can do this.
For
like,
sure.
It put the nail in the coffin for me to be like, yes, I know I can do this. You
For
know, it's
sure.
just now it's just trying to get to that point. You
And
know,
maneuver around and get where you need to be.
exactly. I mean, because when we was doing those shows, we were getting scammed.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's
we was getting scammed.
let's let a
It's
spade
just-
be a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. You
Right.
know what I'm
We
saying?
was getting scammed. If you're an artist, bro, do not pay for a show, and especially, bro, we was paying $750. Do not do that. We was 18. You know, we was young.
just looking
I just
to
wanted to
get
get
our
on
name out
stage.
there.
But if you're an artist, never you should be getting paid.
So basically, the people y'all working for, or the people that was promoting the show,
Yeah.
y'all had to pay to perform,
Yes.
and the people had to pay to get in the door,
Facts.
Yeah.
and they were probably selling concessions.
Facts.
Yes.
All facts.
Oh, my
21 and
gosh.
up
They
to drink.
pocketed that money.
So they
21 and up
made
to
a
drink.
killing. They made a
Facts.
steal off y'all,
And we
Facts.
and y'all
did that.
packed the house.
In the college
and we
town,
did
so
that.
you're getting more people than just the 21 and up. You're getting
Yeah.
the 18-year-olds with the
Oh
fake
my
IDs
God,
and
y'all
all
didn't.
that.
You never told me that.
Oh man, I mean
Crazy.
that's something that it's almost like we repressed to a certain degree,
Right,
you
because
know
we
what
were
I'm
just
saying?
thinking
It's-
like, okay, we're gonna be able to perform. Because first it was Huey Mack.
Yep.
And we was like, okay,
Stole
so-
that show. First of all, hold on,
Yeah.
Phil. Hold on, Phil. Rewind. Pardon my French for any of my followers out there, listeners that do not like cursing or your churchgoers. talk your shit for a second, Phil, because whenever I get Ye and Els and everybody else that was there a part of that, once I get interviews and statements for them, I'm asking all of them about it because they were there.
Yeah.
How live was that Huey Mack show? Did you guys not completely
on our end? We stole that show. Like we should have been the headliners.
That's what I've heard.
And then after the fact, like now thinking back, though we paid for that one, we should have been getting paid definitely after that show because Huey Mack.
I think
was a
you guys
no-show.
could have sold tickets for that.
Bro.
I think you guys could have sold tickets for
Bro,
that show.
crazy, man. Like it.
And which was how, mind you, hold on. So they got us to do their dirty work too. Not only did they make us pay for the show or make them, you know what I'm saying, but I was there with them. So I'm gonna just say us. Not only did they make us pay for the show, they gave us tickets to sell for the show for whoever the headliner was, and that's how we would kind of like pay our dues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The money that we got off the
Me
tickets.
and Els took out loans to pay for that, bro. Me and Els
They
took
had
out
to-
loans to
they-
pay for that.
Hey man, that's definitely hustle. That's definitely grind. That's dedication. And I think that you're gonna see all that and then some paid forward to you, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Because you got some bangers on this album, and on top of that, man, you working in the studio gonna get some new stuff together.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, so
Oh yeah.
2017 gonna be big for Phileo.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I should hold on. Maybe I should put a mix together. Release that next week with Phil's.
I think a mix of Phil's work would be
The local lounge. We'll probably open that up. How about that?
local lounge opening next week,
I
We're gonna
Courtesy-
open up the local lounge.
courtesy of Young Jethro, Jet Mike Productions.
All right, so you guys are about to start getting some music with this podcast, but
Oh,
Phil, we appreciate you coming through on part. But that was just part one, man.
Oh, that was
Part two is
one.
part
That
two's
was
coming up.
That was just
Oh,
part
God,
one. And
part
as
two.
you know, Mike's favorite thing to do is throw the guests on the hot seat. So you
okay.
better be ready because he likes to throw curveballs. Yeah.
Hey, you know I used to play baseball though.
Hey.
I used to take curveballs over the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect answer. Well,
All right.
Mike.
Well, first and foremost, guys, I need you guys to like, comment, share on this post, on this video, and then I need you guys to go like us on YouTube. Make sure that you are listening to us on YouTube and or Facebook. We got SoundCloud coming real soon, guys, so stay tuned for that as well. Also, we need you guys then turn over to part two, and let's see if Phil knock one of these curveballs out.